Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first time here, thank you so much for dropping by. My name is Rachel, and on this channel I make videos about things that I'm interested in. I make commentaries, I make reactions, I talk about fashion, just anything that interests me. And if this is a journey that you'd want to come along with me on, please feel free to like and subscribe. Guys, I haven't been doing the YouTube stuff and I really need to start doing it. So guys, please subscribe. The goal is to get to 1,000 followers. You guys don't call it followers. 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you guys can get me there, thank you. So with that being said, in this video today, I am going to be reacting to Blue Therapy. I don't know if you guys know this, but in the last couple of weeks, there's been rumors that Blue Therapy is fake. But we're ready to invest it, so we're still going to react to episode 4 and see what happens. I think whether it's fake or real, we all have something to take from Blue Therapy, whether it's our expectations when you go into a relationship, or just like the dynamics, communication, boundaries, values, and things that I think as young women and men we should pay attention to, because these are lessons that we can learn from these relationships that we don't have to learn from our own relationships and our own headache. But we're gonna get straight into the video. This episode is called I Did Not Call You Fat, You Just Have a Guilty Conscience. So I'm just gonna guess before I even start reacting that that would come out of Paul's mouth, but let's see what happens. So okay,
I'm going to ask you both to just give me some idea how your life routine was before you got together. So,
well, speaking for myself, of course, I went to work, I got back, I worked in my business. Sometimes I would go and see Paul, obviously do the whole cooking here and there, and he would cook for me, and you know, if I was in a dirty environment I would try and clean up, but that's pretty much it. I didn't feel as though there was an obligation to do these things. I didn't feel like it was my duty to cook, for example, you know.
And how was your daily routine?
Literally up in the morning, out with a few clients, come back, work on a few more clients online, food preps, so I'll probably prep for like the next 4 to 5 days, something like that. Tidy environment.
Right. So how has this changed since you've moved in together?
I'm his chef and his cleaner.
That's how you feel?
Yes, it is how I feel. I've got a busy schedule as well, but Paul likes it when he gets home from work and food is ready. Since I've moved in with Paul, he now wants me to cook every time I have time. In the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, every second weekends when I come back from work. Honestly speaking, he was eating prior to me moving in, so I don't understand what's going on. It wasn't takeout, you were cooking, so why don't you cook? The thing is with him, he likes fresh meals. I'm not going to cook for you every day, I'm not your chef. Again, I'm a Nigerian woman, I don't mind submitting to my husband or my boyfriend, and I understand the importance of feeding him, but Paul eats meal preps. He eats rubbish, bland food, unseasoned food. And I don't mind doing that, maybe on a Sunday evening, but he would like me to prepare these horrible dishes every single day.
At any time, do you ever eat the same meal together?
Let me tell you one of my biggest problems. He's kind of denounced our cultural foods.
Oh.
Yes. So he has issues with the fact it's oily, even though he eats ice cream and he has...
Pause. Isn't this the same Paul that's he was kind of like coming at you for making pasta bake? Is that what you guys call it? Pasta bake? So where's the jollof at in his meal prep?
He finds it too heavy. You don't have to eat it during the week, but on
that guy
Sundays,
is boiling.
Example,
you can even see the little steam coming out of his bald head.
We could have some African dishes and that's one of the reasons he actually fell in love with me, my cooking. And all of a sudden now it's too fresh, or it's too heavy, and it's too fatty. There's too many calories in these dishes for him.
And have you always watched the calories and your weight, presumably, if you're watching the calories, or is this a new scenario?
It's a very good question. I feel like Choma is very selfish. What's funny?
How am I selfish? Because I want to cook for you.
Okay, but what's funny though?
The fact you just said I'm selfish. What does that
When you
mean?
were talking, I wasn't laughing.
No, well, first of all, I'm not selfish. I would like to cook for him, but he makes it very difficult to cater for him.
Don't cook.
Busy
Don't
as
cook
well.
for him.
Based on the question
sis.
she asked, in terms of my food history, you basically have knowledge of it. You know, I don't know you to tell you anything about myself, but here we are. I'll give you a tiny bit of background. So,
I hate. I really hate how Paul thinks he comes with a dictionary or an instructional manual that Choma is just supposed to know. Ooh, bad vibe. But he's acting as if she's supposed to know. And you know what? I also feel like Choma enables him. Because why are you giving him all these like options and varieties and like he hasn't shown you that he's the kind of guy you want to do that for anyways? You enable it.
I actually went through depression at a stage, and food was my outlet. So at that time, you know, if I was going through stress or anything, I used to eat, and that was just me making myself feel happy for the short term, but damaging my own body in the long term. It actually took me quite a while to, you know, lose the weight, get into shape, and you know, since I kind of got back onto track, I've been very basically religious and strict with my workouts.
I don't think you communicated that.
My diet and stuff like that. You know, I literally have a board there in a room which shows, you know, what I plan to eat. This is something that I take very seriously.
I feel bad. I feel like I've let him down in some way. I don't understand why he
Did he
didn't
tell
feel
you
comfortable
though?
enough to speak to me about it.
I told you guys. I bet you Paul did not say this. Like, obviously, if you're telling someone, for instance, guys, this is a bit personal, right? But I have someone in my life that struggles with, used to struggle, I don't know if they still do, but they used to struggle with food and compulsive eating. And they would say that they would do it as a coping thing, right? So, being that I lived with this person, there was a lot of triggers like sugar, Nutella, all these things in the house that would trigger them, right? But this person was very open and communicated that, hey, I struggle with these things. So obviously, like, I wouldn't buy those things or have them in the house so that that person doesn't have access to them. But that's because they communicated. You can't tell me that I cook you something and then you're gonna tell me, oh, it's fatty, it's this. Like, it's African food. Like, African food, just like Indian food, just like Chinese food, is more homey, more like, we have a lot of ingredients, a lot of flavor in it, so it's gonna be a lot of calories. But if you tell someone from the get-go that, hey, Tantine, like, this, I'm not gonna eat this, like, I can't eat this because this is my problem, then obviously I wouldn't make it. But Paul just expects you to know.
It really does upset me that, you know, I'm hearing about it for the first time in our
And she
therapy
enables him
session.
too.
I didn't tell Trauma about my depression because
Why?
I feel like, first of all, it's something that's very sensitive
3 years?
and personal, and at the same time, she can be quite insensitive as well. So, you know, if I'm just going to just kind of give off something just like that, it's easy for her to kind of use that to manipulate and potentially push my buttons, basically, and I wasn't going to have that.
And just excuse, were you doing this when you were together?
Can I just point something out? This is my problem with him. So he's just expressed something to you that he's never expressed to me. I had no idea that he was depressed and used food as an outlet. You've never, for once, told me that, and we've been together 3 years. So of course, me wanting to make you traditional food is going to come across selfish if I don't know this knowledge. To me, he wants me to do meal preps. You want to live a healthy lifestyle, which is absolutely fine. But the fact that you used to cook before and now you don't want to cook is what I'm complaining about. I had no idea that you were depressed, babe. Like, you could have easily said that to me. We could have had a conversation about this and I would never bring it up.
Okay. So let's look at it like this, right? Okay. I used to cook for you, right?
Yes, you did.
What did I used to cook?
He would make like rice, some stew, chicken.
Do you see me? If you know that the way I've kind of changed my food and lifestyle has made me into the man that I am, and if you're happy with what you have, why would you does this... Okay, look, okay, babe. Right, look at me. Not in a cocky way, but just look at me.
What does that mean?
Do you like what you see?
When I met him, oh, really? So he started gymming, yeah, and my African dishes, these fatty dishes, also built you to the man you are today, correct?
African
You
dishes,
loved it,
the majority
correct?
of
And African
dishes
food
are
does
filled
not
with
make you
carbs.
fat. I
Muscles
swear, I
are built
barely
based
ever
on
see fat
protein,
for
so
African
technically
people.
speaking,
Well,
that's
you
right.
can eat beans. You can eat beans and yam porridge. You can eat all these things. Can you not?
I feel like with Choma's diet, she doesn't take it seriously. Considering what I do, the people I work with, and the results that I get, the results I've got for myself, I think that should kind of motivate her to want to take her diet more seriously. But she doesn't, and that's basically a red flag to me. Like, how are we gonna?
Every single day. That's the thing. I'm not trying to make him eat that every single day. For me, I just want it to be incorporated in our lifestyle. If we have children, my kids are going to eat these things. I hope you know. And I hope they're even addicted to pounded yam. If you don't like it, that's your business. You can live on your meal prep, your black chicken, and is it what's it, cauliflower and broccoli. If you like that, you can eat that.
We have touched on it before, but I'd like to just bring it back for the moment. The trust issue. Who'd like to start on that one?
So Deborah claims that she doesn't trust me, which is, what's the word for it? Mind-boggling, because I feel like trust is so important in a relationship. If she doesn't trust me, why exactly are we in this relationship? Honestly,
Have you ever given her a reason not to trust you?
never.
Excuse me?
Before, I don't think there's actually a particular time. Well, there's actually never.
So you never lied and said that you were at somewhere and you were somewhere else?
No, I never.
Memory loss sounds like.
What are you talking about?
So Jamel told me that he was training a client.
Sure was.
Actually, he wasn't. He was just at his boy's house. Now, he wasn't actually doing anything wrong, but you said you were training a client, but you were at your friend's house. It's just little things like that. It's dishonesty, and it really
Sneaky
didn't have to
Jamal.
happen to me. You could have just said that you were at your boy's house. That's it.
Was there a reason why you didn't say where you were?
I literally went to go and collect some equipment. That was the only reason, and I went back to my training my client.
No.
Yes.
That's not what he told me. That's a different story, because you said that actually you wanted to train him that day, but then you ended up chilling. So then now you're saying that you... Okay, well, his story is just not adding up, Jamal. Like, I don't want to talk about that. Jamal is just too dodgy. Like, we're always having female issues. There's too many females around him, whether it's Clubhouse or his fitness. We're just always having issues about it, and that actually increases the trust issues that we have, and more reason why I'm always seeking to find out like where he's going or what he's doing.
I think you did mention before that some of his ladies that he trains you're not happy with.
One time I decided to stop off and pick up Jamel from one of his training sessions in Brixton, and you know, he didn't expect me to come up, but I went upstairs and I was just like hovering around, and I wasn't really understanding the kind of contact that he was having with some of the females. It was a little bit close. Yeah, it was too close for me. And yeah, that's another thing that he does that I find, you know, quite strange.
Is that within the realms of your job though?
With contact, I rarely touch any client. I feel that's literally a PT protocol. Like, you've never touched them.
I don't think we were touching. I would just say, you know, just the interaction, the verbals. Like, I could hear what you guys were speaking about, and it wasn't entirely about training.
So what was it about? If
you know what you were speaking about with that girl. Like, let me not even name drop, because you're not gonna want that. Okay, so you know what you were doing.
I feel like you're just so fixated on something. I feel that's the issue with Deborah. Once she kind of has her mind set on
But
something,
he's sneaky too.
that is it.
I see
And
why
there's no
Deborah's the way
changing
she
it. I
has.
feel like it's a bit too much. It's overbearing, honestly.
So
Denise, can I you're familiar with palm oil, right?
with
Palm oil?
come on, yes.
Do you eat it at all?
I don't know.
Why?
So you think vegetable oil is better?
This is quite bad for you, actually. It's quite bad for your insides. So, but at the same time, if you know, to be fair, if you did
Palm
use it in cooking, in terms of
It's healthier than all these other oils.
Weight, stuff like that. Some people don't do that, but if you did, then maybe you'd be able to calculate what you're eating. So in theory, what I'm trying to say is, I don't have an issue with African dishes, but if the calories are not calculated, you're just filling your gut and you don't even know what's going on with your body.
You do have an issue with African dishes, because if you're talking about calories, like I said before, he eats ice cream.
Eat pizza! That's calories and it's Italian!
Eats takeout, so pizza,
Calculated.
etc.
It's calculated.
I don't need to calculate. Did your mum calculate when she was making you African dishes? These foods are not calculated. I calculate with, so I know how much palm oil I put in there. I know how much oil and ingredients and Maggi I need to put in these dishes. My ancestors never calculated. My mum didn't calculate, nor did my grandma. Nobody that taught me how to make my traditional food is not calculated.
But is there some way that maybe you could prepare the food in a more healthy way that would be more suited?
I'm not going to remix I'm not going to remix jollof rice or remix pounded yam and F4 rural. I'm not going to remix that. That's how it's supposed to taste. If you remix it, it becomes something else.
But there must surely there's a way that you could work together to find food that works for both of you.
I think he's just become bougie. I think for him, he feels like eating these kinds of food makes him look bad, or you feel some type of way, maybe eating with your hands. Is that what it is?
I disagree.
So I've actually realised that Paul's got an issue with African dishes. We're Nigerian. We grew up on these foods, so I'm a bit confused. I can't eat African food every single day, but I wish to incorporate it into our lives and our dishes. You know, I'm African. I'm proud to be African. I'm proud to be Nigerian, and I'm proud of the dishes I cook.
When we first started dating, like, we used to. I remember I took her to this restaurant in Peckham. It's called Lolak or Lolake. There's that. When we go there, we're getting down. It's kind of like a real bush. Not say bush, but kind of, you get down and use your hands and all that stuff. But when you kind of think about it,
You call it bush?
if I'm wearing a 2K suit, do I want to be in Peckham Market? No. I probably want to be Piccadilly Circus.
So in other words, you're saying that I'm bush.
I'm not saying you're bush.
Because we go out to high-end restaurants.
Pause! Cut the cameras! Cut the cameras! Is he just calling African food bush? Okay, I officially don't know what the problem is with Paul. Because 1 second he wants to be Oga, Mr. African. I'm an African man. This is how you treat your boyfriend, da 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 da. And then, isn't food how you show love to your man?
I would still love to eat pounded yam and efferuro. It's always going to be a part of me.
No, that's
what I am telling you, Paul, babe, is that we eat it. We incorporate it into our lifestyle. We don't have to denounce it. For what? For steak? What are you talking about? These things are two different things.
What I'm saying
is,
That's what my mom would say. If you're
pissing me off, you can wear tracksuits. Do you dress like this 24/7?
I'm not wearing clothes 24/7.
So growing up, my mum and my grandma actually taught me how to cook all these dishes that I make now. I'm going to disrespect them by quantifying and measuring every single ingredients that I put into it. For me, this is how it's supposed to taste and this is how it's supposed to be made. This whole westernized way of cooking, that's how they make their dishes.
Shoma, what is coming over here is that you both have a different plan. And at some point, if you were to both get onto each other's page,
Preach.
it would be an easier
Preach to
solution.
you!
Period.
This man doesn't even...
There's no period and there's no preach. So stop doing that. That's patronising.
Put him in his
Okay.
place.
He's exaggerating. He's telling you like I want him to eat palm oil every single day. I don't do that.
Fucking fry it every day.
No, I don't fry palm oil every day.
I'm getting a tiny bit pissed off. Let's think about this now. Alright, let me give you a case scenario, right? So, let's say I'm up in, give or take, Mayfair, training a client, huge mansion, right? Now, I'm preaching, eat healthy, be fit, come on, let's go, 5 more reps, right? I get home, we've got the fucking Afrobeats Wizkid pumping in the house, yeah? Chumba's there dancing around, frying oil in a fucking pot. What the hell? There's a fucking spray that you can spray to calculate the thing. I've told you this a million times. You come in the house to fucking play a Wizkid like we're in a fucking village. What type of crap is that?
I like Afrobeats.
I love Afrobeats.
Also listen to other genres. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't eat palm oil.
Leave this
I don't know what house you're going to. but I don't eat palm oil every day. I would like to eat these heavy foods maybe on a Sunday.
Yeah,
I also
and
eat
like I
steak
feel like
and
playing
salmon and sea
guys, playing
everything else
Afrobeat.
that he eats, just seasoned.
Pause. But playing Afrobeat when you're cleaning up the house, isn't that what we all do? So why is this is why I'm such a huge advocate for. Yes, it's good to live with your partner before you marry them, if that's what works for you, if you just want to see what's going on and what's happening, but don't do it too soon, or just don't do it at all. Because if Choma was in her own house, she would have played her own Afrobeats, enjoyed herself. If Paul wants to come visit Choma, he can come to her house at her own time. But this of living together, because first of all, it's hard to live with people. I think it's hard to live with people. I've lived with people all my life. I've always had siblings, and we always like fuss and argue about things. I've had roommates. So imagine now someone that never leaves your space. Like, that's a huge commitment. And that's why I'm just like, either move in when it's like a month before the wedding or 2 months before the wedding, or just don't move in together. Like, just... or don't do it.
What I'm trying to say is the fact Paul does not like African dishes. We are both Nigerian. Do you understand? Like, we
What is he trying to show off?
So he's denounced his culture all for his Mayfair clients. This is my issue. Not that I want him to do it every single day.
With the greatest respect, the Mayfair clients aren't in your house.
So why does he come home with that same attitude then?
Choma has this whole kind of Afrocentric type of, go back to Africa, I'm African and I'm proud. Yeah, we're all proud to be African, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, we're in London right now. Like, let's get with the program. Do you understand?
And then forget your own?
Another time. But right now we're here. Let's get to grips of what's going on.
Yo, this is... okay, I'm so sorry for cutting this off. But my mom has always said it's always the woman that's going to carry the culture. As black people, we should be more aware of why for so many years our culture has been demonized, villainized, made to feel... we're made to feel like our food, our culture... even in Africa, for instance, there's some jobs that you won't get a job unless you're wearing a suit. You can't go in there with like your kikwembe, people call it Ankara as well. Like, you can't go into your job with that.
Most of the people you train, do you actually know them?
There's a couple.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, Denise, but yeah, that's the answer. Okay.
yeah, there's a couple I do know personally.
Okay.
One being my ex.
I'm Denise, manage it.
Okay. Have you met her then?
Yeah, I mean, we've crossed paths, and she seems nice.
So what's the issue?
I mean, the issue is that I don't trust you, so that's the issue there.
Oh,
but she, the ex, is okay.
Okay. But you've got no reason to worry about him with the ex, have you?
See, the thing is, I don't want to be... I don't want to be possessive or controlling, as he says. So I feel like I've done pretty well to allow him to continue to train his ex.
Wait, don't you think the use of word is the word allow?
Yeah, but Joel...
Controlling.
If I didn't want you to train her, you would be training her.
And that'd be the same money that be buying your next Gucci bag, right?
No, but we're talking about your ex. If I did not want you to train her, let's be honest, you wouldn't be training her. So that I have allowed you to do that.
No, I don't agree.
Do you know what? At the start, when Jamal told me that he was training his ex, I didn't really feel too comfortable, but I met her at like a party or something, and you know, she was pretty cool. And for that reason, you know, I was able to make peace with the fact that he's training her. So yeah, I'm okay with it. If I'm not trusting his interaction with his general clients, his ex, where they have history, you know, it's a little bit funny, but we'll leave that one there.
The same way I allowed to get Afro Nation. Okay.
Sorry? What was that?
The same way I allowed it to go Afro Nation. So it is a party island, sort of catered for Afro beats.
And you're both going now, are you?
No, she's going by herself.
Oh, is she? Are you?
With her friends, I guess.
Wait, can we just rewind? First of all, you trust me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're not allowing me to go Afro Nation because...
Yes, I'm allowing you to go Afro Nation.
No, that's what we're not going to do.
Wait, hold on. Do you remember what happened the year before you went and all the stories that you came to film here?
Yeah, it was a good year, but at that point I was single, so...
True. Wait, let's clarify this. I allowed you to go. As my girl, I allowed you to go.
No, because there's nothing that I'm going to do at affirmation that you're not going to approve of. So you didn't allow me to go.
Hold on.
I'm able to go because I'm fine. Like,
if I told you not to go Afro Nation, would you go? That's my point. Like, you guys know, like, Afro Nation is wild. Like, the stories, the videos, the Snapchats, you name it. Like, it's crazy. So me personally, like, I'm secure, but...
Pause. I don't know a lot about Afro Nation. Yeah, so everything comes last to Canada, so I don't really know a lot about Afro Nation. But from what I've heard, it goes down. I think the closest thing that I would compare it to something that happens in Canada, maybe Caravana, but even there's, I don't know if it's the same vibe, but you know the vibes. So let's keep it going.
You're allowing Deborah to go because I trust her. That's what it's all about, right?
I've got something for you. 1 second, I'm just going to quickly.
We see.
Jamal, I'm going to need you to please read to Denise what it says on there, because I don't want to embarrass you, so just, please, I need you to read it. You said you wasn't going to Afro Nation, isn't it? You said you wasn't going to Afro Nation. Jamal, just read it.
Take your phone back, man.
Jamal, can you read it, please?
Alright, cool. It just says, thank you for your order. Jamal,
Order for what?
you know what it's for.
Okay, Denise, so this is an Afro Nation ticket, the event that Jamel said he's not actually attending. Says, thank you for your order, Jamel. Please ensure you retain a copy of this email and use your order ID in all correspondence regarding this order for Afro Nation 2021. This is dodgy. When I first found the Afro Nation ticket in Jamel's emails, I thought, okay, let me not say anything. Let me see if he actually tells me that he's going. Like, I'm not being funny. You thinking, did he actually think when he did this? Because what do you expect to happen when Afro Nation actually happens? It's very, very strange. It's another reason why I don't trust him. So you are going.
Pause. Guys, so Afro Nation, a little bit sneaky that he's buying tickets already and not even telling her about it. But whatever. I just know Jamal is sneaky and Deborah's a bit demanding. That's all I can say.
Jamal obviously didn't know that I
2039.
actually saw a screenshot of the ticket for this festival that he said he's not going to. So now when I say you're shady, do you understand?
Babe, it's not that. Oh, do you know what? She's going to surprise it to me.
No, that's ridiculous. Surprise me.
Yeah, why not?
Now you're being childish because you were going because you had ulterior motives and you didn't want to tell me.
Wait, my ulterior motives?
Listen,
I'm pretty surprised you having a good time, to be fair.
Listen, what you did was you mentioned the fact that in 2019 crazy stuff was happening. And as a guy who has a girlfriend, I don't feel like, and with your behaviour, I do not feel like Afro Nation is a place for you to be in. Regardless of that, you said you wasn't going. I let you know that I was going. I'm open with the things that I do. Like, I'm open. I don't mind. I did ask him if I could go, and we came to an agreement. It's not about allowing me. We came to an agreement.
Yeah, an agreement which allowed you to actually go.
Anyways, we came to an agreement, and the fact is, you knew that I was going Afro Nation. Like, the way you played it, that's actually pissing me off.
What's the big deal?
Are you alright?
If I went to 10, what's the big deal? Like, if I went to surprise you, that's not a problem.
Listen,
that shouldn't really be a problem.
Can you find it in anywhere within yourself to somehow compromise the way you want to eat so that you're both working together?
This eating food thing.
Wait and be fucking dirty professor, if that's what you mean.
Or you can easily cook for yourself. Because
Thank
again,
you.
like I said, I don't mind if he eats that, but just make it yourself. Or we do it on a Sunday.
Yeah,
all this fresh
that's a
food every
brilliant
single
idea.
day. I've got things to do.
Yeah, brilliant idea. We did speak previously about whether or not you had anything in common, that you do together. This would be possibly a perfect scenario.
If I had the time.
On a Sunday?
Go on. Or you just choose not to.
No. To be fair, Sunday, day of rest and stuff. Okay, cool. But if I have a client and they have, a fashion show coming up, one of the models I train, basically, I need to make sure that I'm on her case to make sure that she's getting the job done. If I have another client, for instance, in terms of like a website design.
Who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? Because remember, Denise doesn't live with us. I live with you to know you have time. Okay, I'm not saying you're not busy. You are, babe. I get that, but you have time. You can make time during the day. He knows he can. So what are you lying about? You have time to cook, Paul.
Okay. I could find
All his body, he's wasting it because we don't even have sex. So stop all your rubbish.
On that note,
it's gonna be a long night.
I need to get my pillow too.
make fun.
I need to get my pillow, guys. Why is Choma... Okay, I'm just gonna be real. Choma says the most disrespectful things sometimes, but then I know why. Paul has a way of pushing people, but dang, I need a pillow too.
Because this, is a very important scenario. You talk about your business in a very serious way.
Yeah, it
And
is.
your relationship is also a very serious business.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Shoma has just mentioned the sexual side of your life. Now, has it always been this way? Or when you first got together, was it very different?
When we first got together, we used to fuck like animals. Do you understand? We had things to do. We were still busy. You and I, we had jobs. We had businesses. We were busy, but we made time to have sex. Now, I don't understand what it is. I don't know if Paul is cheating. I don't know if he's attractive. It doesn't. Okay, well, ask him. When was the last time we had sex?
Scientifically, yes, we are animals, but we're not in the bloody forest, are we? Do you understand? Like, I'm not just gonna come home, start jumping up and down like a rabbit. Like, who's got time for that? I'm busy, I'm making money. Like, I'm not just there laying down with my legs open, ready to do a madness. It's not like that.
Did you fuck me?
Do you really want to go then?
Please, no, answer the question. Do you remember? Because I don't.
I'll tell you.
How can I be in the same house touching myself with a boyfriend in the same house with me?
Okay, no, Denise, I've got this.
Right.
Okay.
Let's just hear what Paul's got to say.
Alright, babe, I love you.
So why don't you touch me?
When I come home from work and I see my girlfriend, right?
Scary hours.
When I just see her, I'm happy. That's love to me. That's enough for me. But at the same time, why do you feel like you need me inside of you 247 before you can feel love?
I don't feel like I need you inside me 247, but I'm not wood.
Okay,
Okay, I'm a woman, and I find you attractive, and I would like to have sex with you once in a while, even if it's once a
Body no be fire. Ooh.
babe, because we don't do that. I understand that I might have a high sex drive, but Paul has a very low sex drive, and we can meet in the middle somehow. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind having sex at least 3 times a week. We are not even having that a month. So, of course I have every right to complain. I feel that it's a disrespect to him and to myself that I'm having to touch myself in my house when I live with my partner.
What you need to do first, right? I understand that you love me, but I also understand I love me. Okay?
So you don't want to have sex?
No, what I'm saying is,
Sorry?
you need to love you first.
I love me.
You need to love you more.
To do what? To not be able to release?
No, in order for you to not feel like you need me to be inside of you before you can feel loved.
Don't let me suspect you, because at the end of the day, I don't understand what this means. I could be in the house.
I need my pillow.
Paul will walk past me.
You want me to say, hey, you're wearing big shorts?
No, you can touch my bum. I don't know, slip it in or something. Do something that men do to their girls when they see them. Honestly,
Shoma, do you ever instigate sex with him?
all the time. There's a situation where we planned to have sex. Paul was, I don't know what happened, he agreed anyway. It's even, I'm so embarrassed saying this, like we organised the day where we were going to have sex. I went out, I bought lingerie, I bought rose petals, wine, I dimmed the lights,
did all
everything.
that?
Paul came in, do you know what he did? He ate and he went to bed. I have to get him on weekends, and we have to put it in our diary, because he's very much about diary. Let's schedule this, let's put this in our diary, blah blah blah. He's
the
trying to make me
romance
feel
of it.
unattractive, even though I know I'm sexy as fuck, and I know there's men out there that would want what he doesn't want. So for me, it's like, if you don't want it, then let me go, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so that day, long story short, had a late night, so one of my clients, one of my top clients, is only in the country 2 weeks out of the month. He lives in Abu Dhabi, long story. Anyhow, so I actually set him a target. So because he was going on holiday, I assumed that he wasn't going to reach that fitness target, and I had a bet with him that if he exceeds the target, I'll run 10k in front of him. So with clients like that, I can't say to them, oh, I'll give you a discount. That doesn't work. You need to do something. So long story short, he hit his target and I ran the 10k, right? By the time I got home, I was knackered. Now, Choma basically wants me to carry her that night.
Not necessarily.
Did you say anything about your situation at work, or did you leave Shoma not knowing why? Because it might have been read as if you weren't interested.
Of course I'm interested. I've been bothered.
No, I don't think he is, because at the end of the day, I knew nothing about the 10k. He agreed to have sex that day, so why are we not having sex?
Oh, he
You let me
agreed.
go out and buy lingerie. You allowed me to cook.
No, Nigeria is not cheap.
I'll tell you the problem that I have with Choma, right? I feel like whenever she initiates sex, it's not genuine. And what I mean by that, but let me explain. No, I'll make it, it's going to make sense now.
Make it make
She
sense.
has different approaches, right? Sometimes I could be at the door, she's dragging me in from the tie. You understand? Other times, she could play it cool. She could say, okay, you know what, she's going to cook this, meal prep, by the way, she cooked this. So look, listen to this, right? One day, long story short, right, she had the rose petals, she had the candles, she had the massage bed, right? So I'm laying down, I'm getting a massage, and I just think to myself that, you know what the funny thing is? 1,000,000% that massage has to end with a happy ending.
Why are you saying it like I did something wrong?
But that's not a happy ending.
Sex is not a happy ending.
No, if a massage has to have a happy ending, that is not a happy ending. Do you see what I'm saying? You can just look at each other.
I need glasses to see where Paul is coming from,
It doesn't
guys.
necessarily have to be the bang bang. It's not like that. I just like a calm vibe. Like let's be chilled with it. Let's be mature.
Why am I having to do these things?
I need to see where Paul is coming from. I need to see
Why
where
do I
Paul
have
is
to lure him
coming from.
in order to put him in a position where, okay, he
I'm a
might want to have sex with
sapiosexual.
me?
I'm a sapiosexual.
What does that mean? Are you not attracted to
Of
me?
course I'm attracted to
So
you.
why are you not trying to have sex?
No, I'm trying to have sex, but at the same time, mentally, right?
You're not there.
I don't want to feel like, okay, anytime you're doing something because you want something.
Okay, so why can't you initiate it? Why do I have to do something? There are days where I don't necessarily do anything. Why can't you just come to me and, try it?
Alright, look at this.
Hang on, no, I've got an idea. Okay,
Wrong with
this
you?
is something that we do regularly in therapy. Just for a moment, take a minute, and let's go back
I want
to
to
what
see
made
it.
you
I
fall
had to see
for
where
each
Paul
other
was
in the
coming
beginning.
from, y'all. I had
Okay,
to see.
bear
I had
with
to
me.
see.
I would
I
like
had
you
to
to
see.
turn and face each other. Don't say anything, and just look into each other's eyes for approximately, it's going to feel like forever, but in that time, you will find something within yourself that was there at the beginning. Just believe me, this does
I think they have
so just
facilities
please,
for
just turn
that.
and face each other and look into each other's eyes. If you wouldn't mind, thank you. It's not supposed to be a penance, by the way.
Sorry, I'm just... So what do? We just
You
look
just
at
look at each other.
and then what happens after that? That's
Just-
it.
It's so irritating.
How big is this affirmation?
It's pretty big, I guess.
So would you see each other if you were there?
That was a joke.
So for my Canadian people, just think
I can't even
Carvana.
hide from it in affirmation. Like, affirmation is quite small. She's going to see me regardless.
Denise, the thing for me is the fact that he lied. Let's call it what it is. You lied. You said you wasn't going, and on your laptop,
Yeah.
I found the festival ticket booked. How are you going to explain that?
The funniest thing about it, I actually personally didn't buy my own ticket. So
God.
my friends obviously went in
Jesus.
2019. Obviously, they was going to go in 2020 as well. So they thought, let's all go together. So I thought, she told me that she's going with her friends. I was thinking, that's cool. I was going to go anyway. So obviously my friend said, yeah, let's all go. I thought...
You're actually waffling now. You're waffling and you're deflecting. Can we please address the fact that he lied?
Pause. Okay, I get that. I get that Jamal lied, but I don't even think in his head, he thinks he lied. Do you know what I mean? It was one of those things where he felt like you're already going with your friends, he can go with his friend. However, I do understand, like, some couples, it's like, if we're going together. And I think he should just communicated that to Deborah so that she knows, so that she knows that, hey, I'm going with my girls, who's going with these boys, we're both going, maybe we can link up on this day or that day. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would just be nice to communicate. And I don't know if, like, I don't think, like, yes, it's good that they're talking about it because it's therapy and she's bringing it up because it bothers her, but I wouldn't read it as malicious unless he's actually done something malicious.
Lie, I just wanted to surprise her. Honestly.
So, you know, the one
guys,
thing that
but like, imagine though, you're Afro Nation, you think you're just with your girls, and your man pops up. Like, I don't know, I'd kind of be happy as long as, like, he's not gonna now ruin our girls' trip. He's gonna go back and hang out with his boys. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if that makes sense. But I personally don't see an issue.
in a room in therapy is that both of you are as honest as possible. So I really do need to know whether or not you're being honest in your answers.
Yeah, I'm being honest. Like, I genuinely wanted to surprise her and have a good time. Like, I'm sure she was like, if my friends and myself popped over by with your friends and yourself, you'll just have an amazing time. Like, well, that's limited money you have to spend, really and truly.
I'm not buying it. I'm so sorry, I'm not buying it. You lied, that's it.
We're
So
just gonna
what's
leave
the
it there for a
resolution
second
then?
and do a little
Like, you never
exercise
tell small
that's going
lies?
to help highlight the trust within your relationship and show the openness. So
Yeah,
I want you
definitely need
to
to be
each
more
tell
open,
each other
man.
something that the other person doesn't yet know about you. So something new.
Yeah.
Would you like to start?
I think Deborah needs to be. You should always treat some people with, like, the benefit of the doubt, or just give them grace, like, when you treat people. So don't assume the worst, because I feel like if you're always assuming the worst, then you don't even let people show you who they really are. You just pick up, like, a mistake that they make and you assume, okay, this is who they are. So I don't know, she might realize, like, she lost a good thing if she keeps acting like this, because yeah, people make mistakes, but you have to give people the same grace that you would wish they'd give to you if you stumbled or did something wrong.
Can you think of anything?
I guess I got... yeah, I'll go first, I guess. I kind of used to like your sister before I met you, you know.
What sister?
Yeah, this year.
What sister?
Yeah, M-class, innit?
You used to fancy her.
She's just pretty, innit? Like,
So I'm second best.
you're not second. Don't put it like that. It's just, we had similarities and stuff. Nah, I'm not going to go too deep into it. But obviously...
So you fancied M-class before me?
It's not that. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, I'm still with you now.
So why didn't you move to M-class then?
Because I saw you.
Yeah, no, that's strange. I don't like that. That's really weird. That's very strange. I'm not a fan of
It's
that.
not
I'm not
that
gonna
deep,
lie.
man. Honestly, like, don't play too much into it.
Pause. Deborah reminds me of that African parent that was like, oh, come to me, be open, tell me what you're thinking, just for them to flip on you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inappropriate. I don't know if someone telling me they like my
That's
sister.
very awkward and
I don't know how to
embarrassing.
take
What am I
that.
actually doing here? Jamel is now bringing up that he used to fancy my sister. I'm not really liking this process of therapy. We're supposed to be moving in the right direction and making progress, but now he's bringing me information like this. It's embarrassing. But that's okay, that's okay. I got mine, Denise. So, Jamel, I made an OnlyFans account.
Huh?
But I haven't used it, but I made an OnlyFans account.
You've got to
Then
what?
why did you bring it up? if
Oh,
you're not using it?
OnlyFans account. So,
Wait.
He's just trying to make it
But
an
what?
issue that it's not.
an OnlyFans account.
I would only bring it up if I was posting stuff. Yeah.
I'm not going to use it. I didn't make it to use it, but maybe I'm joking. I made an OnlyFans account.
What is this account?
It's the IRL
So it's basically so people can subscribe to your account, and then you can do like private things on there. Sometimes sexual, or some like could be a fetish or something. So yeah, that's what it is. I made one.
Okay.
to get his attention or to.
How does that make you feel now you both know something about each other?
I don't even care, you know.
I feel great. I feel better.
He's
You like
toxic.
When did he set this task? I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought it'd be light-hearted. But the fact that she came to drop to me that she got an OnlyFans account, she crazy. Like she talks about trust, about me, this and this and that.
How the heck am I meant to trust her?
How the heck am I meant to trust her when
I
she
get
got
the
an OnlyFans
feeling
account?
that.
But she doesn't have anything on there. Why is that even?
I'm even coming in. I'm pretty much over and done with this.
But this was your idea.
Yeah, my idea, and I just thought it'd be better for us, but it's not going any better.
Okay, well.
For face
She
value,
actually,
I understand, you know.
I think Deborah thought she was doing something by saying she has an OnlyFans, because if you're gonna bring it up, it has to be significant, right? I don't think someone would get upset at you just having an OnlyFans. They'd get upset at you having an OnlyFans and posting something on there that's not appropriate, right? So if you are saying something, you're opening up about something, it doesn't make sense to just kind of say that you have something that you're not really using, but you just have it just to trigger the person.
I understand.
It just doesn't make sense, but
Bald head, beard. I'm a hunky guy. I lift heavy metal. I get it. But, you know, coming home and technically every time we have sex, having to carry my girlfriend, it can be a bit exhausting.
You don't have to carry me every single time we have sex. And even if you did, like, what's the issue? You
yeah, like you carry weight.
So are you lazy now?
Carry
or
metal.
What?
Things were a bit different.
In what way? I've gained weight.
I did say that.
Then what? Then what's the problem?
Sure, man.
Well, would you know if you gained weight?
All my clothes still fit, so I wouldn't think I've gained weight.
Would you know?
I guess, yeah. I haven't gained weight. Have I gained weight? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not trying to say you gained weight, but since we're on the topic, let's have the discussion. So, random question. Just out of curiosity,
Paul is
in
exhausting.
the last 6 months, have you weighed yourself? I'm just asking.
Sorry?
Okay. Have you ever calculated your calorie intake?
Nigga, huh?
Yes or no?
What are you trying to
Yes or
say?
no?
I don't calculate my
You don't
calorie
calculate it.
intake.
So, okay. If you do calculate it in the last 6 months, the last 3 months,
Yeah, but I still eat the same.
you still eat it? Okay, cool. Do you calculate what you're eating?
Paul, what exactly?
Where's he getting at? Tell me the road and the
I didn't
address.
bring it up. We're in therapy, and it's a safe place. Let's have the conversation. Now, if we really want to break it down a
What are
bit.
you saying?
No, I'm not saying you're fat. But you just said I didn't say you're fat. You're the one that's saying the word fat. Did I say fat? I didn't say fat.
Guys, I guess you're gonna be this idiot that says.
She's trying to put words into my mouth. Do you understand? I never said she is fat. She's the one that brought it up. And, you know, when you kind of look at it, she's technically, psychologically taking accountability for her own mistakes in terms of, like, maybe her diet or fitness or anything like that. It's not my fault. This is an issue she has for herself. She knows what I do, right? And at the end of the day, between the both of us, we've had discussions.
This man just said, don't expect me to have sex with you when I come home. After jogging and touching heavy metal, don't expect me to carry your heavy ass. That's basically what he said. How do we cancel Paul?
Guys,
I'm not for cancel culture, by the way.
And I said, great, I support you with that, right? However, when it comes to me trying to kind of keep her in check in order to motivate her to achieve her goals, it becomes a problem. She says I'm calling her fat. I didn't call you fat. I'm saying that you haven't been tracked.
Guys, okay, I don't know why this reminds me of that episode on the Boondocks where one teacher tries to justify saying the N-word and they're like, I did not say N-word with the ER, I say an N-word with the A. I don't know if you guys remember that episode, but that's literally what Paul is reminding me of right now.
In your intake, therefore,
therefore you can't carry me during sex.
No. Forget about the sex for now.
You've got
you said fat and you said gain weight. Let's stick to that topic. Yeah, because
is that why you don't want to have sex?
No, it's not that. But I just want you to kind of.
This is so funny. I don't know why this is so. I am so unserious, but this is so funny and also sad at the same time because it's so interesting seeing Paul in hot water for the first time and actually trying to get out of that, trying to save himself. Because normally he says the dumbest thing, but I think like here he's actually trying to solve the situation. So that's why I'm laughing, because that's funny to see. But then I also see the look on Choma's face and she looks sad. And I really hope that this is not taking a very big toll. I think she should just move on from Paul, but it's just funny seeing this dynamic.
Consider it sexually, right? At the end of the day, if you're not the person doing the lifting, then you're not the person that's going to kind of look into or calculate the weight.
So in other words, I'm fat.
I didn't say you're fat.
Babe, just say what it is.
No, I didn't say you're fat. You're the one that said you're fat. I didn't say you're fat.
So I'm fat.
I didn't say you're fat. You said you're fat. Don't put words in my mouth.
Paul, please lower your voice slightly, first of all. And secondly, would this be a reason for you not to be...
Okay, cool. Do you know what? Do you know what, yeah? I'll be honest with you. Yeah, hand on my heart. Yeah, I swear. I will be with you through thick and thin. I promise. I was chubby before. And she loved me the same way. She used to, when I used to have my transformation
So I'm chubby.
she was showing my face.
So I'm chubby.
I didn't say you're chubby. I'm speaking for myself. I said I was
What does that
chubby.
even mean?
But
Why are you
this is
comparing that
insecurity.
situation?
No one wants to hear that she's put on weight, especially by her partner, somebody she finds physically attractive. The fact that he's not even being direct about it is what's pissing me off, because
that's why he's trying to save himself.
you feel the type of weight and you're going around bends around the bush. Yeah, I think he's being very insensitive right now, very
especially like when he says you're
disrespectful.
fat in relation to
And I don't really know why I'm here.
That's just...
You're getting offensive, and I know when you do that. That means you're trying to say something, but you're not saying it with your chest. That's why you don't want to have sex.
This is a space where you can say however you feel, but please don't attack each other. Just...
Did I attack her? Okay, did I attack her?
I'm not physically, no, but verbally it's coming over.
Oh, she said she is fat. I didn't say she's fat. She said she's fat. So how is that me attacking her verbally? I'm saying what she just said.
I'm tired. How long? Because you've just called me fat.
I didn't call you fat.
And there's cameras around, first of all. And now this is the first time I'm hearing it. So this is obviously the reason why we don't have sex, because you don't find me attractive anymore.
That's not true.
And you're saying it for the first time in front of cameras.
That's not true.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm keeping that. Thank you. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more.
Okay. I can appreciate that it's been a difficult session, but if you wouldn't mind, I'm just going to send you away with some homework.
Yeah, fine. Can we just do that quickly? Thank you.
So what I'd like you to do is write down 5 things, both of you, 5 things that you appreciate in each other, and 5 things that you have done for each other. So it doesn't have to be on one day, obviously. Over the last few weeks, can you think of 5 things with both of those subject matters?
Okay.
Shoma, please, just calm down.
I'm calm.
Oh,
okay.
She's
so
calm, man.
You know, things do get very heated in sessions.
Imagine this was Deborah.
Sometimes things are said that are taken in the wrong way, but...
Yes. Can we leave?
I can see that there's real value in you as a couple.
Denise, I think you're making it worse, Denise. Can we leave now?
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Babes.
Fucking talk to me. I can't believe you said that.
Babe, come on. You know, I understand that Choma's quite upset at this moment with the...
So out of everything
the
Paul
way
said,
things have
this is
kind of played
what
out in
triggered
terms of the whole
Choma.
weight thing and stuff. sometimes I try to motivate her, and the push might be a tiny bit too much for her.
Think?
So you know, I'll be accountable, and I'll say, look, I can take my foot off the pedal and just kind of sit back with this, and you know, kind of let things play out easily, I guess.
I've always thought anyway that Paul's had an issue with my weight just by the way he behaves and constantly telling me to do certain things, but
someone should buy you
is very painful. I don't want to hear that he doesn't find me attractive, especially when I find him very attractive. I don't even. Yeah, this is too
ugly,
much.
but dang. But that was the episode. Whew, it's a lot. I don't know if they're gonna come back with like a part 2, or like a season 2. I hope they do, although it might be fake. But guys, if you just my final thoughts. I think Chioma should just move on. I don't think it's fixable, because I generally think that Paul loves her, but he doesn't understand her, and she should try. I mean, she can stay and try and keep trying, but it seems like she's just gonna keep getting hurt. On the other hand, Jamal and Deborah, I don't know, there's immaturity on both sides, and I don't know, maybe they can fix their issues, because I think Jamal actually wants to fix some of the things that Deborah's talking about, as long as like she brings her expectations back to ground. I see potential there. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Just remember to like and subscribe if this is the kind of content you want to see. If you have any suggestions for things I should react to, please leave your suggestions in the comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So have a nice one.